Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Welcome, everyone, to the weekly award show where we nominate the most valuable den of the work week. That's right, folks. And this week is a little bitter sorrow, but we are trying to do our best to make it a positive, chill award show. And if you guys don't know, our boy Game Checker has decided to hang up his reign as Major Dent of the DSP cult. That's right, folks. Our boy Game Checker has finally realized that he can't continue forking out his disability check to Phil every day. It's just getting very rough. It's getting very hard. So on that bitter note, we're going to use the award show to acknowledge Game Checker, but also we're still going to nominate and award the most valuable den of the week. And you guys kind of already know where this is going, folks. But still, as our boy Phil, we have a schedule and we need to stick through it. And we have to make sure that we don't deviate from the schedule. So, folks, without further ado, let's read the nominees for the most valuable den of the work week. Great, thank you. Okay, the first nominee is Genova Project. That's right, folks. This is a new dent that came to the scene and decided to drop by and drop a $10 tip on DSP. Now, he's new, so we're going to cut up some slack. He doesn't know the rules of the cult, but I'm thinking he's trying to make up for the loss of Game Tracker and maybe a staple someday on Phil's streams. So the first nominee again is Jehovah Project at $10. The next nominee is Gatsu. That's right. Gatsu came in at $21 and helped save one of Phil's streams this week. Now, of course, that is not enough to put you in the sphere of Den of the Week. But I can see where Katsu is trying to make a name for himself. And he came in and he dropped a $21 donation, helping Phil get to the tier 1 tip goal, which he hasn't managed to get in 3 or 4 days. So big up to Gatsu for at least trying. The next nominee is Canadian Kirk. That's right. This is one of Phil's dents who's been on streams for many years and contributes from time to time. He's akin to Snow Carl. And this week he decided to drop $5 in a tip to be the top tipper of the streaming week. And he seems to donate whenever the streams are slow and support is low. He tends to come in at the very last minute to try to be the top of the leaderboard in tips. I guess he finds some self-worth in actually seeing his name on Phil's leaderboards. But again, that is not enough to put you on the echelon of Dent of the Week. The next nominee is someone new as well. Was good. He came in and dropped $15 to help Phil during his struggling stream. And again, just like Canadian Kirk, he seemed to want to drop some donations so that he can see his name on the highlights and be the leader on the tip board. So big ups to Was Good, but you have to learn quickly. $15 is just not going to cut it whatsoever. Now the next nominee is Raiden. Raiden came in and dropped a $20 dono to help Phil while he was struggling again. And you guys may notice a trend, the word struggling. Phil did struggle this week. I mean, he only managed to pull in a little over $500 in tips, which is abysmal, folks. Dents, you guys need to step up. These award shows cost money. They're expensive. It's time that I'm investing. You know, I'm putting together certificates, and that stuff costs money and time. So if you guys want me to continue doing this award show, you guys need to step up and give Phil more money. Okay, I'm sorry, folks. I didn't mean to go on a spiel about support and the cost of the award show. I understand that this award show is mandated by union rules, and it is something that we need to supply on a weekly basis to acknowledge Phil's dents. Alrighty, folks. Okay, the next nominee is 1 Minute Man. That's right, 1 Minute Man actually was the highest tipper on several streams this week, and he came in dropping $100 in donations for the work week. So big ups to 1 Minute Man, Planet Jeff, wherever the hell you are, for helping Phil maintain some level of support, regardless of how abysmal it is. And lastly, before leaving, Game Trekker dropped a massive donation on our boy Phil. He came in and dropped a $150 dono spot, his last one ever. And of course, he left, leaving Phil with a sad Dear John letter, folks. And we actually have some of that footage, folks. And as a special treat and a homage to Game Trekker, let's watch that video where he said his final goodbyes to DSP.
From Game Trekker. All right? So everyone please listen up. For those who don't know, Game Trekker has been literally consistently supporting Street Fighter 6 since the day the game came out. Every single Street Fighter 6 stream I have played, he has supported. He tipped every time. Crazy. He didn't miss a single one, right? Now, early on in the life cycle of Street Fighter 6, June and July, he was giving me all kinds of gameplay tips. He's the one who explained to me how various gameplay mechanics actually worked, which I didn't understand. He's the one that, as I was getting better with certain characters, he would explain various little nuances of the character and ways to improve and things like that. All right? So he's been a critical part of these streams of Street Fighter 6. He's been a critical supporter and component of me playing the game as much as I did. In addition, for those who don't know, he's always been a supporter of my streams. I mean, I remember last year, was it, or the year before, I was playing Hades, and he showed up for every Hades stream and supported and was giving me tips in that. So he's been around for a while as a very positive part of the community, okay? So here's an announcement, all right? I'm going to read it word for word so you guys get it right from him, not from me trying to translate, but I'm actually going to read his messages word from word this morning. Okay, so here we go. Hey everyone, I have some bittersweet things to say today. I've already sent Phil an email about this, so he knew that this was coming. I've been considering this for a couple of weeks, when it would be the best time to step away from my engagement with Phil's streams, and I eventually settled on today. Basically, my life this year has not gone the way that I wanted it to. It's not a problem with money or trolls, it has to do with my responsibilities. My work has just become more and more busy. Plus, I've been needing to give support to an increasing number of people in my life, on top of my own health not being at its best at this very moment. As a result, I've ended up with very little time to watch Phil's content at all, and I'm seeing the signs that I need to commit to a shift in focus. Okay? That was part one. Now we're going to read part two. I've already made arrangements to pass the torch of counting Phil's fighting game wins and losses to a different fan of his who prefers not to be named. As for my tips, well, there may be times in the future when I'll have something to say, and I'd like to see Phil respond on his podcast, for instance, but it's true, generally you will not be seeing me anymore, at least for the time being. I've greatly enjoyed contributing to these streams with my tips and tips, meaning financial and tips about the game as well. But nothing in life lasts forever, and I've been reminded of this a lot recently. That said, I've always been a fan of Phil's, and I still hope that someday my life will calm down and I can come back reliably and chill with all of you. And I know that at whatever time that does eventually happen, he'll still be here making content. So there you go. So rather than just disappearing, which by the way, I will say this, that was nice of Game Trekker to write everyone a message, because there's been people over the years who supported me, and they moved on. And that's perfectly fine. That happens to everyone, right? But in a case like Game Trekker, where he's been here consistently for every Street Fighter stream, he's had so many things to add. He's had tips and things for me to learn the game. People might say, well, whatever happened to him, right? Is he all right? Is he alive? Did he move on? What happened? In this case, he opted to actually write a personal message to everyone so that everyone knows what's going on with him, right? And the thing is, something like this happens literally every day.
Oh my lord, crying emojis in the chat. Oh, that was just so sad. Oh my lord. Oh. Your boy Duty has to compose himself. Big ups to Game Tracker for that wonderful, beautiful message. Alrighty, folks. Now, I guess you guys already know what I'm going to say here, folks, but let's make it official. The winner for the most valuable dent for the work week of August 23rd is What? Oh, hold on a minute. Hold on. What? Really? Why? You make garbage money this week, Phil. He was the only one that stepped up. I can't give him the award? Phil, be reasonable. You're not going to give him the award. Hold on, folks. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, my apologies, but I cannot nominate or I cannot award Game Tracker the most valuable dent of the week. Phil has just called me right now and put the kibosh on that and basically said, no, Game Tracker is a quitter, he's a loser, he's a mouth breather, and he can go get bent for leaving the cult. So I'm sorry, I'm obligated by union rules to abide by Phil's wishes. So I cannot nominate Game Tracker for the Den of the Week. Which means that leaves 1 Minute Man, which we all know 1 Minute Man is Phil. Don't tell anybody. So I'm sorry, folks. There is no most valuable dent of the work week this week. No, there isn't. I'm sorry, but there isn't. It was going to be Game Tracker, but I was told no because Game Tracker is a mouth-breathing, drooling loser who left the cult and does not qualify. Since he is no longer an employee, he does not qualify for the most valuable dent of the week. So I can't give it to him. The next person would have been 1 Minute Man, but we already know about 1 Minute Man. So I'm sorry, folks. You came out, you got dressed up for no reason. There is no Den of the Week. So maybe next week something will be different. Hopefully Phil's tips will increase and we can have a proper show. Anyway, big ups to Game Tracker for holding it down for the last 3 months and keeping the business afloat. But no, you cannot be nominated the most valuable Den of the Week because you left the workforce. So Phil basically told you go get bent. Alrighty, folks. Well, I came out for no goddamn reason, but whatever. It is what it is. Everyone have a good night. Peace out.